My main aim here is to talk about housing. I'm going to tell you the types of houses. Hello everyone, my name is Rachel and from ITADA. ITADA is Intercultural Talent Development Association in South Korea. Our mission is basically to develop talents of different foreigners in Korea. My main aim here is to talk about housing. Housing is very important in the way that, it's one of the basic needs. And if you're to travel to Korea, you have to, or any place you want to travel, you're like, where am I going to sleep? Where am I going to be? So those are the things that come into your mind. This is a serious topic. That's why we are talking about it now. Now I'm going to tell you the types of houses. We have one is the Goshiwon. So a Goshiwon is just a small room, and this one usually caters for those students that don't want to live in the dormitories, or people that want to work up country, like if I live in Seoul and I get a job out of Seoul, where am I going to sleep? So these are just temporary rooms. It is always one single room with you share the bathroom and the toilet. There's always an ajuma, a lady who comes and prepares the rice, but you just live in your room. A picture will be shown to you. So that is a Goshiwon. And then we also have what they call office tel. So the office tel is basically a one room that can be used as an office and also as a house. It is self-contained. It has a bathroom, toilet, and all the basic needs that you need. So these are temporary houses for people who are on the move. That's why it's very small, We have what they call the apati or apartments. Koreans always, it's termed as apati. So the apartments is basically a tall building, more 10 floors and up to 25 floors. So those are the apartments. And the apartments also, there are those that pay monthly rent, and there are those that you have to pay wholesale or jolse. So the apartments are a bit more expensive because you have to pay for the security guard, you have to pay for the elevator, cleaning, and they always have a playground, they have a sauna, depending on the amount and location where you're living. So you can see the picture of the apartment that looks so good. And also, there are what they call another type of housing called villa. So a villa is also a storage building, but it is less than a party. It is a 5-story building or 3-story building. It is not more than 5 or 6 because it has no elevator. You have to use the steps. It has no security guard, but they are just simple, beautiful houses that are easily maintained. You pay your own maintenance cost and everything like that, but they are cheaper than the apartments. So another type of housing is the Dondok Jutek. The Dondok Jutek is just a simple house. It has no floors and elevators. It's basically just a simple house. It's on its own, Self-contained, simple house is a Dondok Jutek. And Dondok Jutek too depend on the fanciness. If it is countryside, it's a very big house, you pay more money. If it is in a simpler, how many rooms that it's going to be, if you don't have a family, they are smaller Dondok Jutek too, So those are basically the types of houses we have in Korea. It is basically called jonse. So jonse is, it means money, huge sums of money being deposited. So you basically like buying a house. Or if you don't have huge sums of money, you can get a mortgage. So mortgage is offered by banks, and you need security in this type of housing. So if you have a permanent work, or maybe you're a teacher and you have money coming in every month, the bank will offer you a mortgage, and that huge sum of money is paid to the landlord which landlord also puts the money in the bank for interest. So you don't need to pay monthly payments, monthly rent. You pay one huge sums of money, and then every month you don't pay anything. And that money at the end of your contract, which is 1 year or 2 years, depending how long you're going to stay in Korea, after the contract, that money is given back to you because the person is using it to earn interest, but it's huge sums of money. So I'm going to talk about the other type of housing, which is called the 월세. So 월세 is basically monthly payment. It's a time of payment whereby you don't need to pay huge sums of money. It also, you pay huge sum of money, but it's lower than the Jonse. You pay some money, and also you pay monthly money. So usually in Korea, the term is called security money, key money. Those are the terms they use. So security means you have some money. In case you spoil some properties, in case things are spoiled, that money you deposited can be used to make repairs of the house. It shows that if you don't pay your monthly rent in 3 months or 4 months, the money you paid as a deposit, as security, can be used to cater for all those things. So that's why they say you can't just pay every month. You pay some key money, and then you pay every month. So how to come up with all these terms? We have house agents in Korea. Okay, I'm now going to talk about house agents in Korea. It's important to have an house agent in Korea because most of these contracts, it has to be written, and they have to be a go-between. If there's anything that you're going to write a contract, if there is no one to act as a witness, they can deny you to avoid fraud, you know. Or maybe you want to pay your money and you don't know where to pay. The landlord can say, I didn't receive your money. But through an agent, the house contract, you get to kind of the amount of money you're going to pay. The fixed deposit money will be written in the contract. The monthly payment will be written in the contract. And also the account number of the landlord, where the money is going to be given, will be written in the contract. So everyone will be safe. Then also in the house contract, there are also repairs. When the house is spoiled, in order to receive your money back, you have to maintain the house. If you come out of the house and the house is not maintained, it means they will take the key money, the deposited money, to make the repairs. So all those things have to be known through the agents. In case you want to go to immigration, they will ask for your address. And the address, you need to show proof of your address, and that proof is in a paper form. So that paper has to be written too through the agents and signed. So if you have the contract, you take it to immigration, they know, okay, this is where you're living, this is where you're staying, basically for security reasons and to avoid fraud. House agents are very important. And also for people who want to buy a house, for John's sake, you need a house agent to tell you the amount of money, when to pay, the good deals, you know, to show you around the different houses, to have a variety before you make a decision. I'm also going to talk about the maintenance. Maintenance is very important, mostly during the winter. Korea gets very cold in the winter, and in the summer it gets so humid. So during the winter, you have to know the devices and things you're going to use. There is a bed heater. You just plug it in the light and you put your bed and you feel warm in the bed. So you have to know when to use a bed heater, how to put it, and always to plug it out. Also, we have electric heaters that are very simple. They just heat your location, where you're sitting, where you're living. You don't need to heat the whole house. So, but if you want to stay warm, you have to heat the whole house. Depending also on your bill, the landlord can show you how to set your heater. It has outings and inside the house. So also these things are very important because it will depend on how much you spend on your heaters. It's very expensive during the winter. So how to maintain your heating also helps you. And also the water system during the winter, the tap, sometimes the pipes get so frozen up. So to maintain that, you need to let some little water to draw in the night, just drops and drops of water. It helps the pipes not to freeze out. And if there is any problem with your water system or the gas system, you always go to your agent or call the landlord, and they will call someone to come and check on them. But the government always checks on the gas. They send someone that will come and check on the gas if your gas is working or not working. And always remember to turn off your gas, because if you leave your gas on and your house gets on fire, you have to pay for the expenses. Your gas has to be turned off when you're out of the house for safety and for those that have children. So it's very important. And it gets so humid during basically the summer. So you can use charcoal, you just put charcoal, and also in your shoes. And another important thing, there are some houses in Korea, if you don't have direct sunlight, there is what they call molds. They're very black. They kind of come in the houses because it's basically so humid. So you have to leave some space. When you notice some molds coming up, you leave some space from the wall and you give it a distance so that you not have those molds. And this is also very, very serious because the molds can affect your health, and also leave the houses open. You leave your bathroom open and you open the windows so that some air can go out. But at least they have put some, when you switch on your light of the bathroom, there will be some ventilation in the bathroom that release the air to go out. So you see why housing is very important. Thank you so much for watching.